to-go container, so please take some with you when you go, but don't go just yet. I'm not gonna lie, the last 6 months have been difficult for those of us who love John. When John died in January, we were given the seemingly impossible task of having to say goodbye. And nothing can really prepare you for the loss of a child, the loss of someone young. His death left a Jonathan-sized hole in our hearts. And John was a big guy, you know, and guitar in hand, that's a pretty big hole. And in the midst of grief, it's really hard not to focus on anything else but the loss. I don't pretend to know everything there is to know about grief. I've had, like you, my share of lows and losses. But I do know this, that grief and love walk hand in hand. But love comes first. Love brought together Ray and Claudia, and their love made John. John made Ray a dad and Claudia a mom. And Marcy a sister. Love brought together John and Joy, and made Joy a bride. Their love created daughter Grace and son Troy. John's life was also filled with family, friends, and colleagues, each connection holding a piece of his heart. John also loved other things. He loved music and his guitars, which you'll hear more about later. He loved fishing and football. OH. All right, thank you. And he loved his faith. And in these things, we continue to remember and to honor John. While his absence will always be felt, it's my hope that the memories and stories that we're going to share today, the pictures that you've seen, the pictures at your table, and the stories and the songs that we sing and that we're playing today, these things, and continuing to hold those who he left behind close at heart, it's these things that are going to soften the edges of that hole. These things are going to fill up just a little bit of our hearts with joy again. And with that, I'd like to bring up my brother Ray to the stage. Ray's really a man who needs no introduction, right? And he is also a man who's satisfied enough to make himself laugh, even if he's the only person laughing in the room, which is frequently the case. Ray, come on up.
This is... You're all my family or friends, so this ought to be pretty easy. Actually, I struggled for many months in deciding whether or not I needed to say anything, and then I struggled on what I needed to say. Well, here I am. My son, John Todd, was not a perfect human being. I mean, the man owned 34 guitars. And he owned 28 fishing rods and reels. Man loved to play music, write music, and sing, and he loved to fish. John was not perfect. But in those things that matter, that really, really matter, in life and in death, John succeeded as gloriously as anyone that has ever lived. My son was kind, he was caring, he was loving, he was generous with his time and his talent and his treasure. He was faithful. Faithful to his family, his friends, and his Creator. And John Todd, my son, made me laugh. You know, it's been said that to be a member of the Todd clan, you have to have a pretty thick skin. We like humor, we like pranks, jokes, ironic humor, self-deprecating humor, and he was every bit into that. We shared a lot of banter back and forth. John Todd was also the family guru when it came to technology. Technology was his forte, but if anybody had a problem with a cell phone or a computer, pick up the phone, call John. He was more than happy to help you. Mom, mother-in-law, father-in-law, aunts and uncles, nephews and nieces. He helped them all. He helped me too, but he did not have patience with me. You know, if it took him more than 3 or 4 minutes to teach me something, he became very impatient. And, you know, I had to remind him, son, you know, you're impatient with me because it's taken you 3 or 4 minutes to teach me a new trick on my phone or my computer. Just remember, it took me 6 months to teach you how to use a spoon. Let me get this. I gotta send this to voicemail. I'm sorry about that.
Coming. Maybe. There it goes.
This is Jonathan Todd. I'm tired of you not returning my messages as soon as you are able. Tired of you not picking up the phone when I call. So if you want to know why I called Mom, it's because she always picks up the phone, even if she didn't tell me she can't talk to me right now. I love you, Dad. And I was thinking about you. You are just, you're my hero in life. And you always have been and always will be. Have a good night, Pops.
So, we had a few other remarks. I'll be very short. One thing I want to address is the courage this man had. I was so humbled by the courage after his diagnosis and up to the very end. He showed immense courage. And on another matter, at his calling hours, I was overwhelmed, blown away by the number of people from his employment who came through and had so many nice things to say about him. So many people described him as a leader, as a mentor, problem solver, a fixer. One lady described him as their helmsman. I was very proud of him for that. So, what does that leave us? What does that leave me and Claudia and Joy today? As we say, adios. Where does that leave us? I know there's some people here, quite a few people actually, friends and family, who have lost children. And I was very honored that a cousin of mine sent me a sweet note this past week. And I'm going to read that note. I don't have it memorized, so I'm going to read it out loud. But it really speaks to what I just asked the question, where does that leave us? And she wrote, and that was Peg, my cousin Peg here from Golston, sweet lady. We honor the ones we have lost by continuing to live our best lives, remembering them and holding them in our hearts, and finding ways to make lives better for those who still share in our journey. That was beautiful, I thought. So, just let me sum up by saying this. There are so many things that I still do not accept or understand about what has happened. But there is one thing that I do understand, and some of you have already heard me say this. I understand gratitude. And so, in behalf of the Todd family, on behalf of Claudia and Joy and Marcy and Troy and Grace, I want to say thanks to all the people that have expressed their feelings and condolences towards us, their generosity. And I want to thank all of you here for being here today. We love you, and remember John's mantra, love is wise. I truly believe that. Thank you.